Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by today. Do I have any regrets from taking my Social Security at 62? Absolutely not. I'm more convinced today now than I was when I made the decision. The reason I wanted to have this discussion, over the weekend, we lost our brother, 65 years young. He was only 3 years older than me. A great human being, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still processing it. It hasn't sunk in yet. Great athlete, great father. He was a real big brother to me. Big part of my life growing up. And anybody's ever lost a sibling like that, certainly anybody close to you can probably understand what I'm going through. But he was 65. He retired at 64 years old after 36 years of service to the city of Louisville, Kentucky, Phoenix Health Clinic. He retired. He was dead 1 year later. Hard working. Gave 8 years to the U.S. military, 36 to city government, 44 years in the system. He didn't even get to enjoy it. Our father died at 61 before he was ever even able to draw his Social Security. Our mother died at 62, having received her Social Security, 6 months maybe, if that. I'm being generous. And all that went into my decision to take it at 62. Everybody's different. You know, I was going to cancel my trip to Vietnam because we're leaving today. I'm in Manila, as you can see. We're right across from Terminal 3. We'll be flying out of Terminal 3. I didn't want to be rushing and trying to find a taxi and all that stuff. But I thought about my brother, and I thought about how proud he was that I had made it over here in the Philippines, and I never could convince him to even take a trip. I don't even know if he's ever left the United States in his whole 65 years. I don't think he did. Now, he was stationed in Groton, Connecticut, then later on Philadelphia in the hospital up there because he was a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. But he never left the country. So I'm going to let him live through me. Anytime somebody dies in my family, I put them on my shoulder. I say, just come along with me. Because you only live once. There ain't no half-stepping. But it really broke my heart, man, and it hasn't sunk in yet. I'm still processing it. But I decided to go on and go. You know, because it's too late now. What can I do? If they need any help financially or anything, which they won't. He got good insurance. I could help that way. But going all the way home and, you know, seeing him in that casket, it's not going to do me any good. I still got his memories. I mean, you know, 3 years is not that much, but as a teenager it is. My brother was 16, I was 13. We were worlds apart. He already had girlfriends and stuff like that. You know, I was still had my dreams of becoming an NFL star, NBA star, or whatever it was back then. But we were tight. He's as close to me as any human being that was on the earth. And, you know, losing him, it's devastating to me. You know, even though the last time I saw my brother, believe it or not, I had a party. We had a going away party when I was moving to the Philippines. It was 2018, because when I went back, I wasn't able to see him. He was sick. He was staying with his son in Bardstown, Kentucky. And that's like an hour away from Louisville, Kentucky. And, you know, I just took it for granted I was going to see him, but I never did. As a matter of fact, I've got a picture, and I'll put it at the end of the video, of me and him together the last time I saw him. But I was in the airport in Bacolod coming to Manila yesterday, early. We had an early flight, about 6:20 a.m. And I saw a friend of mine there, and he's a friend. He calls me Calvin. He don't call me Sunshine Shoulders. But I don't know how we even got on the subject, but he was talking about, as soon as I turn 62, I'm taking my Social Security. Now, I believe he's 56 or 58. He's retired, working for one of those big U.S. contractors over in the Middle East somewhere, making just, highway robbery type of money. So he's able to retire early. But he said, yeah, I'm taking, man. I'm not even going to hesitate. And I just told him, I said, I don't even know why that's a discussion. Why do we argue about that and debate that? But as Americans, we love to argue. But everybody's situation is different. I self-retired at 55. I had, this YouTube thing going on now, but not when I retired, ladies and gentlemen. I had my insurance renewals coming in every month, about $1,900. I had about 17,000, a little bit under 17,000 in a commission check coming. It was going to follow me January of 2019. That's all I had, but I was beat down. And once the YouTube kicked off, that helped, but it didn't change my mind. I already had it in my subconscious mind that my mother died at 62, my father died at 61. I better take that money while I can. I earned it. I paid into it. The Social Security, they don't give that to you. You have to earn that. And the more you earn, the more you put in there, the more you get back. So I don't apologize for that. Don't let anybody try to shame you for that. Social Security is not a problem. But anyway, it was funny because he didn't even know my brother died. I told very few people, because I'm still processing it, man. It's still right there at the surface. It hasn't sunk in yet because I'm pretty sure once it sinks in, and I know he's gone forever, I'm going to break down. I mean, he was literally, when my mother died, I was 30 years old. He was the glue that kept the family together. Everybody just thought that we would all, grow old together because, ladies and gentlemen, you have to know this guy. He would give you the shirt off his back. And he often did. Okay, remember, he was a real single father. When he went through his first divorce, he raised his kids. They were 10, 8, and 4, or 5. Then he got married again. They had a son. The woman got on drugs real bad. He took custody of the baby the minute the baby left the hospital, raised him. Ike is 18 now, or 19 now. That's the type of guy he was. So to know that I'll never see him again, I never talked to him now, even though I haven't seen him since 2018. We spoke a few times on the phone. He's got his life, I've got mine. It'll hit me hard, but he didn't even know that when I was talking about it. He don't even know now. I don't think I told him that my brother died. But it's a decision you're gonna have to make. I have no regrets. I'm so thankful. In July it'll be 1 year. I haven't even been collecting it for 1 year yet. But I wanted to get on here and talk about that, really to let you know that, my brother passed away. I share my pain and my suffering. It lessens it some way. I'm not looking for sympathy because people don't really care. They have their own life. I was talking to a guy, we were chatting with him, and he said, I'd like to be over there in the Philippines or Thailand or one of those places. He said, but I'm still taking care of his mother. I think he said his mother was 88 or something. I was like, well, it's a blessing that you still got your mother. And he said, yeah, you're right. He said, because I realized, he says, so few people really love you. And I was like, yeah, that's why you have to have a healthy love for yourself. And you have to learn to think for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. And whatever decisions you make about your life, go ahead and live with the consequences. But if you don't live lying about taking Social Security at 62 or 67, it's going to be your final decision. You're going to get all type of input from people. But at the end of the day, you're the one who's got to talk to the people and say, yeah, I'm going to do it. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever you are, find your heart to help somebody. Not a day goes by that I don't help somebody. I was able to spin the wheel last night and help another Filipino family with 1,000 pesos. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. Make the decisions for your own life. Don't let anybody run your life for you. Very few people care. Very few people love you. And if you do, if you got this many people who love you and care for you, consider yourself privileged. You know, my children love me, and then my sisters and brothers. But that's it. You know, when I told Marilyn my brother died, I mean, does Marilyn love me? I really don't know. She just said our condolences and kept on going with her day. It's culture, man. Yeah, I'm not mad at Marilyn. It wasn't her brother. You know, but I felt a certain way about it. You know, I'm wanting people to, you know, to feel bad because I feel bad, but that's just not the world we live in. I have no regrets about anything I've done. Do I feel guilty that I haven't saw my brother in almost 8 years before he passed? Yeah, but that'll pass too. He know I loved him, you know, just as much as I did when, hell, we used to take them little cheap Kroger chocolate chip cookies and put them in the oven. He taught me that. Probably gave me my first shotgun. You know, when you're smoking weed and they put it in your mouth. We used to do that in the 70s and 80s. And just different stuff like that. He always had a job, and you know, he'd come home at night and he'd wake us up and give us some of the food he brought home. He's just a great guy. I'm gonna miss him, you know. But this Vietnam trip is for you, Terry. We called him Terry. His name was Terry. I'm going to enjoy myself. I need a distraction. But take care, y'all. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all.
Boots on the ground. Don't do nothing stupid. Give that man his flowers. A tribute through music.
If I don't know nothing, I know one thing. When we help others,